We're here at Winter NAMM 2019. I've got Nicholas Veinaglou.
Hey, baby.
Did I say your name right?
Veinaglou, yeah. You nailed it.
Thank you. He is a touring guitarist, an LA sessioner, an ingenious, innovative melody maker, and a heavy hitter in the pickup community, which if you haven't seen it on the www.instagram.com, then you should check it out, because it's a big deal. So just so people can kind of get to know your background a little bit, would you paint a picture of maybe the last 3 years of your life, maybe some of the highlights from tours, studio, and then the last time that you cried yourself to sleep? I'm just kidding. Let's not do that.
Well, I cried myself to sleep last night, thinking about how excited I was to see you today.
Fantastic.
I moved to Los Angeles 3 years ago from Boston. I just graduated from Berklee College of Music, and I knew that I wanted to tour. I didn't know, how to necessarily execute that, but I knew everyone that was touring was in Los Angeles, so I literally just bought a car and drove it to Los Angeles with not necessarily a plan, but a really, really clear vision. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I knew that being in that environment would, give me the ability to foster that dream to become a reality.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I moved, literally in the first 3 weeks, met this man named Hayden Manger.
Yep.
I probably butchered his last name. I can't even say it. And he got me an audition, and I ended up touring with this guy named Jordan Fisher for 2 years.
Yep.
On that tour, all of my dreams pretty much came true from dreaming of wanting to tour, and do that. And then on that tour, met a bunch of people, bunch of amazing people. One of them being Bozzy's musical director, who got me on the Bozzy gig as of the last year. And this last year was the most touring I've ever done straight. We did pretty much the entire year. Starting, we opened for Camila Cabello for 3 months, and then he did a headlining tour. We went out with Justin Timberlake. We just finished the Jingle Ball
Justin
run.
who?
Yeah.
Oh, from the Mickey Mouse Club?
From the Mickey Mouse Club, yeah.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake. I remember him. He was just a kid. What is he doing now?
He did Tom and Jerry for a little while.
Sick, yeah. Okay, cool.
But yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a mental year.
That's a lot. How many dates have you played, or tour dates have you been out? You haven't lost count.
Yeah, a
probably
lot.
1,000 this year.
I don't know.
Just say 1,000.
This year was really busy. We had a month off this year total.
Oh my gosh.
Otherwise, we were just pounding it.
Yeah, that's really busy. Okay, so your story is really different than a lot of other people's, because a lot of people just kind of move out here and just go sway by the wind and dude, whatever happens, man. It's I don't want to be pushy, but you bought a car and you drove here and you had a plan.
Yeah.
How far deviated from the plan that you had when you bought your car and drove it here are you today?
I don't know.
Are you right in the middle?
Pretty much
I'm
I
right
don't want it
there.
to sound egotistical or something, but I'm literally exactly
No.
where I
It's not
wanted to be.
egotistical. It's because you had a plan and you made it. Made it happen.
I've
you
always
worked
been
hard.
really, really big on setting goals, and I write down on a sticky note literally every single morning to this day since I was 16.
Yeah.
I write down my goals for the day, the week, the year, and the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And I just put it on top of the last sticky note.
Are your parents like that?
Kind of, yeah. My dad's more like that than my mom. My dad is very, very calculated. Every move he makes is calculated. My mom is very free-spirited. Yeah. So I think the both of them lets me dream as crazily as I do.
How interesting.
Yeah.
Mothers and fathers, pay attention.
Yeah.
Are
Shout
you
out
listening?
Mom, shout out Dad.
Okay. Okay, so talk to us just a little bit about the pickup community.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's this surge of greatness, of excellent content.
Yeah.
And it's not just content that's a flash in the pan. It's content that it's elevating really talented and innovative people who deserve attention.
Yeah.
But it's also raising the bar for musicians everywhere that are following this. So
yeah, above that too, I think the biggest thing with the whole pickup community is the community that it's made. It's made a community literally unlike any other community out there. Like if you think of YouTube, I used to post a lot of stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
And there's always people like hating on each other, and there's a lot of shade that's thrown around. But the whole pickup community, everyone in it is genuinely supporting one another. Everyone's rooting for each other. People are sharing each other's stuff. I've made some of like my closest friends, from it. And when something good happens to someone, everyone celebrates. Yeah. And it gives you more of an incentive to be like, wow, I can do it. Like if this person's doing it, then I can do it. And especially too, like in terms of, I get a lot of messages from people who are like in a small town, in the middle of Kansas, in the middle of nowhere, and they're like, I'm the only guitar player at my school, or I'm the only musician at my school, and I want to do it. But before there was Instagram and before there was a direct way to see other people doing it your age, maybe it's not the cool thing to do at school, and you're getting bullied, and you're like, oh, you play music, that's lame.
Yeah.
But then you go on the internet and you see 1,000 other kids doing it successfully. It's like super inspiring and like empowering, and it makes everyone want to succeed and dream, and it's super cool.
That's great. That's really great. You're my favorite.
Wow.
So my second favorite, the girl that plays piano, and then she has the guy that he's got long hair and he plays the drums. She plays the keyboard. They were playing some song in like 18/8 time signature.
Oh,
who is that?
Domi Keys.
Oh my gosh,
Keys.
They're my favorite.
Yeah,
it's like
nuts.
That stuff
She's
blows
18,
my mind.
And
oh my
that
gosh,
kid is 15. The drummer is 50. Yeah.
So that's what I mean. It's like these people need to be famous.
Yeah.
It's like this is
it gives like those kinds of cats like a voice, especially
totally.
Like the music they're making is so complex.
Yeah.
That it's not going to be like as accessible from like a mainstream support system. So like this kind of like mom and pop approach almost is like a really great way, because and it's also giving other people the chance to hear that kind of music. You know?
Totally.
If you're in a town and no one's making music, you would never hear that. You just hear what's on the radio. So it's like opening up the whole music world. Yeah.
Okay, 2 more questions. What's more important, spending a lot of money buying pedals and amps, or practicing the guitar?
I think the most important thing is to spend all your money on Walrus audio.
Okay.
Pedals, because if you don't own, at least
we weren't supposed to talk about pedals.
Then sorry.
You seem like a person who practices a lot.
No, honestly, yeah. Like at the end of the day, if I've learned like anything this year, is that gear at the end of the day is absolutely doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's all about like what you feel while you play, your abilities, to execute whatever you're hearing in your head. Like at the end of the day, if you can't play what's in your head, then you're not going to be able to play as freely, and that kind of eliminates the whole reason you're making music.
Yeah. So give us, the last thing we'll do is just, why don't you give us a little something to go on, a way that you practice or a way that you rehearse that you feel is really beneficial that you would want to pass on to somebody else.
In terms of just like shedding stuff, when you're just practicing, what I do instead of practicing for like an hour or 2 straight, like in one sitting, because a lot of people think, oh, I'll get better if I practice 5 hours a day, or big long straight sessions.
Which is what I do, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I find it's way more beneficial to just do 15-minute intervals spread out throughout the day.
Yeah.
Or even if you want to do an hour of practice, I'll do 15 minutes of one thing. If I'm doing my arpeggios, I'll practice arpeggios for 15 minutes. My phone's off, my computer's off. I'm doing nothing else for that 15 minutes but focusing on that one task. Because the big thing that happens when you're practicing for an hour is you're playing and you're practicing, and then all of a sudden you end up playing some blues licks, and you're like, wait, I was practicing. Let me get back to practicing.
Hold on.
And like that just tells your brain like, oh, it's not that important when I'm playing the guitar. But if you do like very, very intentional focused practice, for short bursts of time with little breaks in between, it'll like become more like a meditation. So like when you hold a guitar in your lap, you're automatically just like,
that's good.
Like
toilet guitar.
Yeah. And then also filming yourself play is a big thing. Like for a live performance.
Yeah.
Like, and just not being afraid to just be a weirdo on stage.
That's a good word. That's a real good word.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for
sharing a little bit of wisdom.
Yeah.
I hope you guys find it helpful. if people want to listen to you or catch you on the road, what are they going to do?
They are going to just type my name into the internet browser.
That's great.
Or Instagram at Nicholas Veinaglou.
Find them on an internet browser.
Good
Bye.
luck. Later.